I mean, BreedELITE's just been a game changer in terms of getting our ASBVs as accurate as possible, and then that's translating out in the paddock. We've got some of the highest merit sheep in Australia. 15 of the top 20 at the moment are bred by us. So our clients are getting predictable performance in the lambs that are bred out of our rams, and all of that ties back to the data that's collected and the accuracy of that information, and BreedELITE's really helping us pull all that together. You leave the yards in a good mood, and that's always a pretty good sign of a good system. Hi, we're Troy and Nettie Fisher from Ashmore, White Suffolks. We're based in Wasleys in the mid-north of South Australia. We run a White Suffolk stud and a grain growing business where we farm lentils and wheat.
I married Troy, but I did grow up on a farm myself in northeast Victoria. So yeah, Troy and I moved here at the end of 2007 and have been here ever since.
I bred sheep and cattle as a young kid, and then post-school was keen to pursue studying genetics in animal breeding. So I went to the University of New England and studied animal genetics and breeding, and then followed that up with a PhD in sheep genetics. Whilst I'm a full-time farmer now, we certainly apply the theory that's taught through that process, and to be fair, it's sort of paying dividends.
I'd be surprised if there's many farming businesses that had something that BreedELITE couldn't handle because of the complexity of our business, especially back in 2016. There was, we had a large bushfire. The pinery fire burnt 100% of our property and all of our breeding ewes, so we replaced our flock with a huge combination of methods. So we bought ewes, we were given ewes, we got some elite ewes from some of the leading studs in Australia. We did 2 embryo transfer programs with them. That was probably the jewel in the crown of our recovery. Yeah, so when we started with BreedELITE, it was incredible. Like, our farming business was incredibly complex. We lambed for how long? 6 months. Yeah, we had multiple mobs, we had multiple inductions. If there was something that it couldn't capture in what we were trying to do, the BreedELITE team just built it. And yeah, so it was quite incredible and very quickly.
EID was probably the catalyst to get involved with BreedELITE. We didn't feel the software we were using had the functionality that we wanted. BreedELITE handled them with a plum. We looked to it as a system that could make data collection using the electronic tags really straightforward. I actually looked at all the competitor products at the same time, and in terms of functionality, value for money and responsiveness, BreedELITE was far and away the most attractive package. And so we've been on it for 6 years ever since. Our stud's doubled in size since then, and it's been able to handle everything we throw at it, so it's been terrific. We've got on board with the stick breeder, and we use that for all our classing. It's got two-way information, both from the software into the stick and from the stick into the software, so all of that's pretty powerful. You basically drop one labour unit when you're classing. Any farming business would know that labour's one of their biggest costs, so if we can save an hour here or there, or heaven forbid, a whole day, it frees up time to go and do other jobs, which is, you know, there's always a long list of things to do. If it's simpler and faster than it used to be, then that's a really positive thing. It's really quite seamless. Exporting the data files, importing the breeding value files, it's a click of a few buttons and you knock off. It's really straightforward, yeah. A common problem with EID, for example, is the data goes straight into, let's say, spreadsheets, and people just get lost in the volume and don't really know what to do with it. A system like BreedELITE enables you to manipulate that data and turn data into information, useful information, and make decisions with that. The data has to be useful, otherwise there's no point collecting it. The core traits that we're progressing are growth rate, appropriate level of fatness or leanness, muscling, birth weight, worm egg count, and more recently the eating quality traits. And so BreedELITE really helps us manage all the data that's behind those traits, and it just makes it really straightforward to get it in a form that it can be analysed and turned into ASBVs for our clients. And yeah, that's really showing up in the national database. You know, some of our sheep are rising to the top, which is great. And there's functionality to have 5 breeds if you want to do, and run them all on the same farm or on different properties. The functionality is quite endless, really. they've thought through everything.
We're all trying to breed a sheep that structure and conformation is as close to perfect as possible. So we class our ewes every year. So as a lamb as it's coming in, and then right through its entire life we class it at least once a year. And we've got that data within BreedELITE, so we can go back and look year on year how that ewe is performing on a structural basis.
It's made the job of data collection stress-free, faster, easier. Now it's all done through electronic tags straight into the database. The scope for error is much lower. Data collection's faster and way more efficient than it used to be. We have quite ambitious targets and goals for the future. We certainly haven't hit our ceiling yet. We intend to grow year on year with the forecast that we might double again in size. And so normally that might be quite a daunting prospect, but with a system like BreedELITE underpinning our data collection and our breeding values, it's really straightforward. It's going to be easy to double in size, double the volume of data, but the workload is the same, so it's great.